Very good morning to all of you. Today is July 12th, 2022, and let's start with the pre-bell with William in India. A disclaimer, as always, so please do not consider whatever we discuss as a advice to buy or sell. It's just for the educational purpose and knowledge sharing only. Okay. So if you look at Nifty setup, so that's what we discussed yesterday as well as in the after hours yesterday, that 50 DMA is holding and somewhere it is currently around 16,083. And today also, ideally this should hold. इससे नीचे low नहीं बनना चाहिए. That is the ideal situation. The second situation कि 50 DMA के नीचे close नहीं होना चाहिए. It should at least close above 50 DMA. So two things to look for today as far as the 50 DMA is concerned. Firstly, low वहां से नीचे नहीं बनना चाहिए, and second, it should not close. If this happens, let's say for example in morning there is some volatile movement looking at the global markets. Nifty takes cues from the global indices, then there are chances there might be some pressure around the 50 DMA level, but ideally it should hold. And the best other case is it should not close below 50 DMA. So two things to look for today. Follow through day looks difficult as in opening you can see, but it can happen. No one say what will happen. But yes, overall two things important. One is the 50 DMA on the higher side. जो ये अभी last 2 days का high है, if Nifty moves above that level, 300 level, 16,300 के ऊपर निकलता है, then that's very positive. Okay, next, there are key result today. HCL Tech is going to report a result today. So what should you look in this result? So firstly, जो PAT growth है might be flat, -2 to +2% का PAT growth, profit after tax, on a QOQ basis. As far as revenue is concerned, the revenue 3 to 4% का growth हो सकता है. That is what the estimates are, and margin to be remain around 17.5. Right. So the guidance, the margin का guidance क्या था कंपनी का कि 18 to 20 रहेगा. So maybe this time 17.5 to 18 आ सकता है. So this is what the consensus estimate. It will be on a lower side and might be just below that. But what the consensus estimate is that कि जो गाइडेंस है, ग्रोथ गाइडेंस की 12 to 14% का ग्रोथ होगा, 18 to 20% का मार्जिन होगा. सो दैट ग्रोथ गाइडेंस रिमेन्स, दैट माइट रिमेन, उसमें कुछ कमी नहीं हो सकती है. सो this was the estimates for the HCL Tech. The other results in the mid cap segment is the Delta Corp and Anand Rathi Wealth Management. The other news, HFCL received some order of around 60 crores. So this is related to fiber ka company. So maybe some telecom company might have given a fiber contract. So RBI again trying to help rupee, and so they've again come up with some new rule to promote the growth of global trade with emphasis on export from India to support the increasing interest of global trading community in INR. So now in INR में global trade को push कर रही है RBI. So see dollar index है ना 108 cross कर गया है आज. So if you might be present in yesterday's after hour, so after the market at 4:30 we conduct the after hour. So if you are present over there, we discussed about the dollar index, that multi-year 20-year high पे है dollar index, and it is still going higher. So कल हम जब discuss कर रहे थे it was 107, now it is 108. Okay, so this will add pressure on the global currencies, especially the emerging currencies, but still Indian currency is holding well. It has not moved above 80, somewhere around 79.45 it is. But yes, the government, the RBI, has taken multiple steps to keep the rupee at a certain value. So Indian pharma market grew around 30% YOY in June. So this is positive for the pharma companies. It had declined 6.3% in May. And again, the metal price continues to fall. So last 1-2 दिन में जो metal में छोटा सा rebound आया था, I think Friday and Monday, There was some rebound in the metal stocks, but again today the commodity prices, especially the metal, continued to fall, and the copper and aluminum hit a 1-year low. So there might be some pressure at this point. So if you look at the US and the Asian market, US market try कर रहा था hold करने को during the mid session, but again at the end give up कर दिया. I see mainly Twitter is try going for a legal action again Elon Musk. So Twitter का stock बहुत गिरा, plus टेस्ला का स्टॉक भी बहुत गिरा. सो ये दोनों 7-8-10% रफली अराउंड ये रेंज में गिरे थे, and so that added a lot of pressure. But yeah, the Asian market not that great. 1.2% of fall overall. Brent around 106, no much change. Yes, bond yield has come a bit down, 2.96, and US dollar INR to USD remains 79.5. So the SGX Nifty does indicates negative opening. So this is what I was saying, that yes, opening can be a gap down, but we want 50 DMA to be hold. अगर वहाँ पे hold करता है, then you should have an eye on that 50 DMA. Then that is positive. The last part is the chart of the day. So we have selected EID Parry as the chart of the day. So sugar volume and realizations have been very good. So last couple of quarters, if you can see, the earnings as well as the revenue growth is very nice. It has a decent ROE of 17%, which we always look for. So, and the fund holding has also increased. If you can see the number of fund holding, that has increased over last couple of quarters. So no much issue fundamentally. Plus, you should know that Coromandel International, that is CIL. So Coromandel International, the fertilizer stocks are doing really well, and it is at a 52-week high, around 1000 के around Coromandel का price पहुंच गया है, and EID Parry holds around 60%, some 55 to 60% का stake own करता है Coromandel International में. So this is a huge stake in such a big company. So that is the one of the reason that this stock might be in momentum. Second reason, इनका जो business है sugar related, distillery, so that is doing really well. जो sugar के volumes है, तो उनका growth अच्छा है, plus the realization is higher. And again, the ethanol story continues to play. जो उनका distillery का capacity है वो बढ़ रहा है. So overall, it's a good story, a stable one, and it is 5% to pivot. So it is currently forming the stage 2 base, and the relative strength line is increasing and holding above 70-75. So positive setup. Also the group rank as well as the buyer demand is very good. B plus and 15 is a very good buyer demand. What you need to look for is कि जो pivot है यहाँ पे पहुंचने से पहले अच्छा वॉल्यूम आना चाहिए. दैट इज वन थिंग. सेकेंड थिंग, जो ब्रेकआउट है वो हायर वॉल्यूम पे होना चाहिए. समथिंग लाइक दिस वी वांट. एकदम हाई वॉल्यूम पे स्ट्रॉन्ग ब्रेकआउट मिलना चाहिए. And if that happens, then the stock might continue to do well. So that's it for today's session. Thank you for joining in. So now you can join at 4:30 in the aftermarket session, and we will discuss what happened today in the market and how the setup for tomorrow looks like. So thank you guys for joining into Pre-Bell with William O'Neill India.